Houston Texans return home off just their second loss of the year.
Low snap, the kick. It is good!
Couple that, though, with the Indianapolis Colts getting to 4-3, and we've got ourselves a game with first place on the line.
That is incomplete, and Indianapolis is going to hang on and move above 500 on the year.
Anthony Richardson finally returned from injury week 7, got the win, Indianapolis' rush attack leading the way, even though JT was still out. Ant with 56 yards on the ground.
Richardson will run a designed quarterback run inside the 20, and Richardson with a first down.
Tyler Goodson chipped in 51 yards and a TD.
It's Goodson into the end zone for his first NFL touchdown.
Colts ran for 155 yards versus the Dolphins. Ant only threw for 129, sub-60 rate, just 5.4 yards per attempt, lost a fumble. Can't have too many games like that, or the Colts fans are going to be pulling the same move as the wife in that commercial.
Fumble on the exchange, the ball pinballing around on the turf, helmets flying.
Also, if the wife calls in Dobbs or Keenum to hang a mirror in the bedroom, maybe figure that one out. Richardson didn't take any sacks versus the Dolphins on his 24 pass attempts, but faced pressure 60% of the time. It's rare to see a dude face 60 plus. He was blitzed over 50% of the time, which he clearly didn't handle great.
Dolphins bring pressure. Richardson slings it over the middle, incomplete.
Texans defense he faces this week, second highest pressure rate in the NFL, top 10 in blitz rate, 22 sacks, fourth most, sacked Jordan Love 3 times in their loss, their QB Hunter Daniil with 1, Will Anderson with 1, he leads the team with 6.5, those two the big threats.
From the goal line in trouble, they got him this time.
Texans secondary that Richardson faces just gave up 3 touchdowns to Love, but they also picked him off twice, held him under 7 yards per attempt. They've held quarterbacks under a 90 rating, lowest completion percentage allowed in 2024.
Here he is, way down the field. Look out, he's picked.
Houston got hurt by wide receiver Romeo Doubs in their loss last week, 8 catches, 94 yards. They've given up a 90-plus rate to wideouts for the season. Not horrible, but not as good as they've fared versus tight ends and running backs. Colts have Josh Downs, just 3 yards on 3 targets week 7. Michael Pittman, 63 yards at least.
And he finds his man. It's open, and it's Pittman. And Pittman across the Dolphin 40.
Texans run defense, Ant and whichever back they roll with faces. No rushing yards allowed to Love, but they've allowed 8.2 a run to quarterbacks in 2024, second highest, holding running backs to 4 a run for the year, but they gave up 6.3 a carry to Josh Jacobs, need linebacker Azeez El-Shire back.
Jacobs getting a lot of work now. Picking up steam to the 20 and down to the 18.
Run game is what kept Houston in it last week. CJ Stroud comes in off one of his worst games, 86 yards, 4.1 per attempt, a sub-60 rate, no touchdowns.
Pass broken up by Eric Wilson.
It was a very undued showing for CJ. Can the Colts pressure him like Green Bay did? Stroud took 4 sacks. Houston's line struggled to keep heat out of the kitchen. He faced pressure 48% of the time.
Untouched, he gets to him.
The Colts pass rush he stares down this week, still without DeForest Buckner. He's such a beast. They don't blitz much, have the 3rd lowest pressure rate in the league, but they did at least wrap Tyler Huntley twice.
Huntley in trouble. Down he goes.
Colts secondary Stroud faces, no issues with Tyler Boyle. 161 yards passing, 6.2 per attempt, sub-90 rate.
Well, just
great job by the defense.
Jalen Jones all over that.
That was versus Tim Huntley, though. They have not played quarterbacks as well in 2024, like in week 1 when they faced Stroud. Gave up 2 touchdowns to him, no picks, a rating over 115. Houston won 29-27, giving this matchup potential tiebreaker implications.
CJ stepping to his left, throws to the end zone, caught, Diggs, touchdown number 2, checkmate, that'll do it.
Now, Stroud had Nico Collins in that game. Indianapolis won't have to worry about him this time. They'll chase Tank Dell, Stephon Diggs, neither of whom did much versus Green Bay. Their O was fueled by Joe Mixon. He kept them close. 115 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns, 4.6 a carry. Back-to-back 100-yard games, has hit the century mark 3 out of his 4 contests.
He's on his way past McKinney, and there he goes down the sideline.
He could keep it rolling. Indianapolis' defense gave up 5.1 a run to Devon Achane, 4.5 to Raheem Mostert. They gave up 188 rush yards last week.
Pushing the pile even more and all the way down to the 42-yard line.
Colts at 4-3 fall to 4-4, and they're in the 32% club since 1990. That's how many teams with that record have made the postseason. Make it to 5-3, and it jumps to 64%. Texans 5-2, so they fall to 5-3. They're part of that picture. Get to 6-2, and you're looking at an 82.5 success rate. How does it play out? Hit the comments section with your takes. Panel of 10, what do you say?